Hello and welcome to the Couch Potato Queens. Another fabulous Friday. We're keeping it tight tonight. It is me, your host, Sam Meyer, Detroit comedy sensation, and upcoming Netflix star. Y'all, if you didn't hear the news on my social media, I will be appearing on the game show Netflix, the game show Netflix, the game show Bullshit, dropping on Netflix April 27th. It's going to be a fun time. I give a little shout out to the pod if they keep it in. So it'd be a lot of fun. We're going to do a whole interview and talk about the experience. So just wanted to gear y'all up and get excited for that. Hello, Madam Caliente. This was a great reunion.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get into it, what are y'all thoughts on the All Winners season, aka All Stars 7? Madam Caliente, I just want to thank you for always bringing up like a pre-show topic, giving us a little aperitif. But before we get there, let's introduce our resident short king of the Couch Potato Queens podcast, my partner, Alec. How you doing tonight, Alec?
I feel lovely. That reunion was a lot.
Yeah, Alec, got out his weighted blanket and he was like fully compressing himself during this reunion. It brought some stress.
It did. It worked me up a little bit, but I enjoyed it. I love that. But it also, I did have to wrestle with like, whoa, this is a lot. But I loved it. Good stuff.
So I like Madam Caliente's question. How do we feel about the All Winners season? I think it's the All Stars 1 of All Winners seasons. No, we haven't.
Between us.
I feel that it could go very well. I mean, it's All Winners, so you don't have like boogers in the cast.
Yeah.
I think they saved a lot of their best queens. Hi, Jelly Donuts. I think they saved a lot of their top tier queens for a second round. I mean,
that's an interesting argument.
But how are you going to call it All Winners without Alaska? Without Bob.
Sure.
Without Bianca.
Sure, but I mean, all the winners are amazing in their own rights.
Truly.
I mean, I'm like, you can say that, but I'm thinking Jinx is a
powerhouse.
Raja is a powerhouse in her own right.
I'm excited to see Shea Coulee
again
up against some other powerhouses. Because I feel like Shea Coulee sweeps most of the time.
So that's why I'm like, you can't say that it's not a powerhouse season. Shea is one of the ones that comes to mind.
Evie Oddly.
I am so excited. Like, I don't think I've been more excited about a season than I am this All Stars. Like, we never thought we would see them again.
Well, I don't know.
We knew there was rumors for a while, but like we didn't know until like maybe last year for sure that this was happening. And to finally like see it and know it's for sure it's happening. Yeah. So excited.
And Madame Caliente, I understand that they were not asked. They're waiting to see how this season goes to go on. And some of the queens have been very public that they weren't asked, or that this wasn't for them. And I think that they made a really smart decision here, not trying to put all of the favorites on the first time they do this.
No.
It's, they're not going to All-Stars 2 themselves again as much as they can. I think it's a really well-balanced cast of winners. I'm excited to see Raja compete.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know she could still walk.
But that's the thing, like, I mean, we've only had it for one other season that it came to Paramount Plus. But that first season of All Stars on Paramount Plus, they did an incredible job with the cast, keeping it very diverse and interesting. And you had the unexpected standouts of like Raja, for example, like somebody you didn't expect, and got this whole redemption and came really far. So, I think Paramount's done that really well of picking their casts for these All-Stars.
I would agree. I think Paramount Plus has done an excellent job with the casting overall.
Yeah.
I am excited to see Jinx. As y'all know, I have a lot of respect for Jinx Monsoon, but she's not one of my personal favorites. But I'm excited to see her back. I have heard that she is potentially involved in some alliancery, which would be really fun to see. Evie is going to bring drama just like she did on her season, I hope.
Love me some Evie.
Love me some Evie Oddly. I think it's going to be all around a really fun time. Very excited to watch it. Now, before we get into the episode, please remember.
I'll do it if you're so opposed to doing it.
Do it, Alec. Do it.
Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. I'm not ashamed to say it. Get on it. Do it. If you're not already doing it, you should be doing it. It helps us so much. So please, please, please like and subscribe.
Thank you. I didn't want to do it.
I'll do it.
Makes me feel gross.
No. Get
it. But it's helpful. So let's get into this reunion.
Let's do it.
Some of the standout looks for me of the evening. And folks, let me know any of your sort of standout looks. We're not going to go look by look. We're just talking about favorites, top moments tonight. But a real, like, supersized moment for me was Cornbread coming in. In, like, a somehow campier version of Willow's entrance look, with a tattoo of Willow Pill on her body.
That relationship.
Her soulmate, who is not her, like, romantic partner.
Soulmate.
Her platonic soulmate.
Yeah.
What? Like, we knew that they got along on the show, but what?
That's another level.
That was another level.
That's another level. I love it.
I think it's so cute.
It's adorable.
Like, it's an unlikely animal friendship.
It's,
You know? It's like, look at this, I don't know, cat and dog.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Opposites attract kind of a deal.
Yeah.
No, Willow seems very, I mean, that's one thing, like, I think I got from the season was, like, a lot of people really seem to love Willow. She seems like she must be a really sweet soul.
Yeah,
like a
absolutely. But yes, Dolores, we agree. Cornbread and Willow was so cute. The reunion was so good. The fans are disgusting the way they treated Diabetti. And I love June and Carrie getting the toxic fandom together. Agreed, Madam Caliente. We might spill the tea on this show. We might be a little shady. But we are very much against sending anyone hate online.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. You're better than this. Moving on. I thought Bosco's look was also a highlight for me.
Really?
She had, with the chains and the Satan earrings.
Don't get me wrong.
It was fun. It was different. No one else was serving anything like that on the stage.
No, it was a fun look, but I hate to, like, shoehorn and go another direction. But I have to point out the most standout for me, just in terms of, like, glow up and, like, you know how dear to my heart she is. Jasmine Kennedy.
Jasmine
looked phenomenal.
Was beat.
She looked great.
She looked so
good.
Good.
Yes.
What was it about her look that you were just like, this is it?
Well, I mean, the thing that we always, I mean, at least for me personally, the thing I always noted was that harsh cheekbone. You know, that wasn't there. She was very soft, very blended. The wig was phenomenal with those, like, lined, like,
those little, like, that's very in right now.
No, she looked great.
Yeah.
She felt herself.
I feel like we have the UK girls to thank for all the little hair tentacles.
Yeah.
That's it seems like it got very, very popular on UK Drag Race season 2.
Blue Hydrangea.
And Blue Hydrangea has been doing it, but UK 2, Ahura did it, Taste did it.
Yeah.
I think we've seen Bimini. We've seen a lot of, I feel like, UK queens do that sort of wig
texture.
Look. Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, and Dolores, I'm so glad you brought it up. Angeria's look, her wig was like a mixture between, like, a bulb of bantu nuts, but also it was like Argos, the all-seeing god with 100 eyes who became a peacock. That wasn't Argos, was it?
You're asking the wrong person, Sam.
I'm like,
I've told
Janice?
you many
I
times.
don't remember.
This boy is not educated. All right, I'm gonna put that out on blast. Not educated, right here.
For those of you who are good with Greek and Roman mythology, which demigod was turned into the peacock? But thank you, Dolores. It reminded me of, like, a biblical angel, like eyes everywhere. It was like a little creepy, which I loved. Maddie Morphis needs to come back. Love her look, and she's so funny, and she read June and Orion down. Well, Maddie being your all-time favorite queen.
Don't do that. I appreciate Maddie, and she was on my team. She came later on. I didn't initially pick her. I picked her up along the way. Definitely not my favorite queen, but like I don't have a hate in my heart for Maddie Morphis.
What did you think about her look tonight? Her denim sort of suspenders,
I
mullet.
wasn't really paying too much attention to the down below. I was really locked on that wig. I was really like that.
Did
wig
it take you to Flavor Town?
I didn't hate the wig. I didn't hate it. The wig was fine. I didn't hate the wig.
It was fine.
But it definitely just like I was so hyper focused on that wig that I didn't even notice what was going on down below.
Absolutely. I thought that, but yes, Angeria's wig was a real star for me tonight.
But it was for me with Angeria. Loved the wig. Y'all are gonna come at me with my critiques. I don't remember what she was wearing.
It was like gorgeous, like purple. She was dripping in jewels.
She was dripping. I saw the very pageant necklace. And earrings.
It was standard Angeria from the neck down.
Yeah, the wig was fun.
The star.
Yeah, the wig was great. Loved the wig.
Betty looked gorgeous in that gold sort of cape jumpsuit sort of scenario.
Goddessy.
Yeah, Lady Camden had a cute look. Who else is even in this top 5?
There you go, Hera.
Hera. No, but it's not. Hera didn't have the 100 eyes. She didn't get turned into the peacock. She was the one who turned the demigod into the peacock. To spy on Zeus. Anyway, it's beside the point.
Daya.
Where we are at is the top 5. Daya, Camden, Bosco, okay, 4 looks of the night that I was not feeling.
Okay, let's go.
We're going to start with Willow Pill, y'all. I didn't like Willow's look. Everyone else brought it tonight, and Willow brought Jujubee. It was not, like, it didn't feel... Fair. Okay, Jujubee is like... That's a read.
I don't think
that's a read. Yeah, that's a read. I thought Willow facially looked absolutely snatched. I thought she looked beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought the gown fit her extraordinarily well, but I just didn't like it.
It's boring.
There's
nothing that I'm like, oh, see, I didn't find it ugly. I found it cute. I didn't find it exciting. There was nothing exciting about it.
Yeah.
You know? But I didn't think it was a bad look by any means. I just was like, everyone else is like, we're going to bring it. And Willow's like, I'm just going to come in a solid look.
Dolores is on the same page. It felt like she wasn't even trying. Madame Caliente said, I feel like she knows she's not winning the season, which I don't think is a guarantee. But also,
no, it's not.
Willow can't really lip sync. You know, and we've got like this 5-queen lip sync SmackDown.
She can move the bodice all she wants. It's got to come here.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen it come here yet with Willow.
And I'm like, I wonder if that is, you know, unfortunately a function of her chronic illness, because we don't really see her ever super animated. She always kind of keeps it. But I feel like she goes especially blank when she's lip syncing.
She does.
And also that's the time when like queens learn how to move your face. Like, look in the mirror when you're doing stuff.
Eyes.
Yeah.
You know, the eyes are very important. It's not just the mouth. You can tell a lot with the eyes.
Yeah. Although, Dolores, I've seen better from Willow, and we're in the finals, so you need to step it up. I did expect better for the reunion, but also, like, they aren't really under any obligation to look great for the reunion.
No, that's very true.
You know, and I feel like it's often queens that aren't in the top 3 or 4 or 5
very hard
that go real hard so that they're remembered.
Right.
And I think we saw that tonight. Alyssa Hunter looked gorgeous with her little like caviar head dangly.
Yeah, that jeweled forehead.
Forehead caviar. It was forehead caviar.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, it was because it was all like the little like purple bubbles. Like, it was just, like,
I feel that.
It was kind of weird.
You're acting like that's a set actual known thing.
George's was like, I did. Oh yeah. So on my list of queens I didn't like, Willow Pill number 1, George's number 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was very much like Kim Kardashian does biker.
Does Western biker.
It does leather biker.
Country biker.
Country biker. I didn't get it.
Yeah. I have a soft spot for a cowboy hat. Really do. But you're right. The look was meh.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that draws me at all to that look is the cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm.
And like I can't pin a look on a hat that I have this weird nostalgic draw towards. As a look, meh.
Yeah. I did not like Deja's look. I thought that the wig was great. The makeup was interesting. And then the look was just confusing. And I've wanted to like Deja. Deja for me this season is what Olivia Lux was for me the previous season, where I'm like, I got so excited because I think there's so much potential, and do you know what? And Ms. Cracker before that, like of just these seasons.
That's a queen I could go into a tangent.
I love Ms. Cracker, but I'm like these queens who I'm like, I'm rooting for you.
Deja was one of those ones that I didn't expect a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't felt like I got a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The judging seemed to like a lot more of Deja than I ever did. Deja seems like a sweet, lovely person. Don't get me wrong. Competition-wise, I never really loved what she was serving me, and the judges would always be like, "We loved it," and I would be like, "Wait, what?"
Mm-hmm.
Very confused. Deja is a confusing queen to me, but I don't even really remember the look. Again, did not really. She was also in the back row, so you can't really see the full look as much. Spotlighted. Yeah.
And then, this look I've gone back and forth on. But we've seen, since she left the show, our Michigan homegirl, Orion Story, has shared some stunning looks on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We have friends who have performed with her in Michigan, and even in those pictures, like cute, fun, stunning, gorge. And she showed up looking like Kesha going to court. And like, there's part of me that was like, yes, you're a fiery businesswoman, like Tina Burner in
businesswoman.
Like, she's here for her businesswoman discount. And she looked like Kesha, which was cool. But like, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't for me. I don't know. I didn't get it. I'm like, what is this saying? What is this saying about you as a queen?
I am so like remiss to say this. Like, I don't want to say this.
Say it.
Why her? Our first Michigan queen on. Why her? She doesn't have what it takes to be on TV. I mean, she faltered even doing her little reads tonight.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
You had your opportunities.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the personality for TV. She really doesn't.
And and she could be like a lovely home, like,
Oh my God, I'm sure going to see one of her shows here locally, great time. I'm sure she puts on a fun show, but not everyone has what it takes to be on television, and she doesn't really have a television personality. And I'm just like, why was she the one chosen for Michigan?
Because it's funny. It seems like what we love about Orion has mostly happened off of Drag Race.
Yeah, I'm sure she can put together hilarious TikToks, like social media stuff. I'm sure, but like live, it's a whole different beast, and she just really doesn't have that personality for television.
I hear that. Moving right along. Daya and Jasmine drama really took the forefront this evening. She was high. She's in Las Vegas. She did seem like she was on something.
Oh, she's from Michigan.
She's from Michigan. She smokes weed.
Yeah.
So Daya and Jasmine drama was like really, and George's sort of by extension was the drama of the evening.
It sure was.
And Alec, for a moment, I'd like you to imagine you're taking a science test.
All right, it's in my head.
And everyone hates you.
Oh, okay. Got it.
They're sending you death threats because
I'm in there.
Okay,
in that space.
we're done. Daya started crying at one point. June steps in.
Yeah.
Jasmine was standing. Cornbread is all of us just.
Yeah. Carrie is the universe's aunt.
Yes, and then Auntie Carrie comes in to save the day.
We'll have to save that for later because I want to go in. Like, we can talk about.
But
Carrie.
like, okay, just how did you feel about everything that went down?
I don't even know where to begin. Like, first off, like, I grew to love Daya Betty as a competitor on the show. So much fun.
Incredible villain.
Sure, yeah. Jasmine holds a very dear place in my. So these are two queens. But Jasmine was one of my original. You know, she was my second pick for my team. Love Jasmine. I don't know. You know, it's very. It's such a nuanced and crazy thing. Like, I get it. It's a competition. It's hot. Daya didn't always need to voice her opinions. Like, no one needed, like, you don't always have to be known about it. Like, I mean, as we're sitting here giving our opinions about everything, but I mean, that's what we're doing.
No offense.
No offense, but here we are. It's, you know, I can understand a place where Daya's in currently after everything gone down. It does not deserve any of that. No one ever does.
Dolores is with you. Daya versus Jasmine, one of the best fights in a while, but sick and tired of this damn fan base. Don't send queens death threats and try to dox them. I love Daya, and for her to start crying broke me. I agree.
Absolutely.
You know, it's really difficult being on national television like that. Like, I'm about to be on Netflix's bullshit.
What?
April 27th.
The trailer is out.
The trailer is out,
Check
y'all.
it out.
It's very fun. But
I just want to promote you.
Yes. But yes, Dolores, absolutely no need for death threats.
That's a wrong finger.
No need for death threats. I thought though that, and they talked about this during the conversation, that this was the first time they've talked about it. And it felt very Valentina Pheromone 2.0. Like, I pick up the phone to call you and you don't answer me. I texted you.
Still very fresh.
Yes. And it felt like it was messy.
It was.
Because it was the first time they're talking about it and it's on television. And I feel like with what was funny to me and like throughout the evening is we had all these like Clash of the Queens. First of all, almost all of them starred Jasmine Kennedy versus somebody.
That's true.
Which is like great for Jasmine. I'm like thrilled. I'm like, girl, you made this season. You made it happen. This season, the drama didn't happen without you, Jasmine. Congrats, girl. Except for when Bosco went after Lady Camden for Saltine.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I feel like RuPaul's energy tonight was like, y'all didn't give me enough drama in Untucked, so we're gonna do it tonight.
The little bit you did, we're gonna draw it back out. Every little tiny thing, we're just gonna be like, start again.
Do it again. Do it again. And I feel like that is particularly true for this Daya and Jasmine discourse. I feel like they spent a good 20 minutes on it.
Well, I gotta say, I was very surprised how fresh it still felt.
Yeah.
Like, there is still some unresolved. Maybe they resolved a little bit of it tonight. I hope they did for their sakes. But yeah, that seemed still very much unresolved.
Well, and do you know what? I'm sure it still feels fresh though, because like, yes, this happened last year.
Yeah.
But on social media, it's happening in real time.
Right. And you get the outside voices, people cheering on your side, reinvigorates your, like, I was the right one in this situation. No, I get that fully.
Yeah. All in all, I got to say, thank you, Auntie Carrie, for bringing us all back to reality. We love you.
What a gem.
What an angel, truly.
I mean, gift to this world.
Yes. Also, okay, I'm gonna be real. I feel like they talked about Alyssa's dick too much. It was uncomfortable, and like Alyssa being the trade of the season, I'm always like, that's such an uncomfortable position for someone to be in on national television.
I expect better from just people and,
Yeah.
and the queer community and like the drag race community, like people that are supposed to be this, you know, so much more progressive than the standard. I don't love that.
Yeah.
The trade of the season thing, fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
but like
finding somebody attractive, that's fair.
Particularly like while you're in drag.
Right.
Like, how big is it? Girl, I don't know. It's duct
None
tape
of your
between my
freaking
legs.
business. I mean, you know,
like,
there's a myriad of trans women on that panel. Would you talk about, you know, like, don't talk about that about anyone.
Yeah. Yep. Just not appropriate.
Yeah. No.
Willow barely said anything.
Really did not.
She spoke, I'm pretty sure she spoke for the first time like 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like she had like a little bit at the beginning, and then it was like a solid 40 minutes before she spoke.
And it was a direct like, hey, Willow.
Yeah, like
we need to hear from you about this.
Which, like, props to RuPaul for trying to incorporate some of those other people in.
Absolutely.
But I felt like the vibe of the night was like the early boots came in ready to fight, ready to have their reunion moment,
right?
So that they will be remembered.
I mean, as it should be.
Yep, Maddie, your girl Maddie Morphis,
she came,
got her Golden Boot Award for the worst look of the season.
I don't think it was deserved.
I don't think it was either. I thought, okay, we'll say it on the count of three. We just talked about how much we loved her. 1, 2, 3.
Carrie Colby's macrame dress.
Okay, but was it the macrame? Was it
or like, the hair one?
Or like the nurse one?
There was a few options.
There were a few.
I love her to death, but I think Carrie Colby.
Stunning woman.
That's why they didn't give it to her. Because she's too gorgeous, and she always lived for everything she wore.
Yeah, she did. And they like gave her a pass because of it, which like work.
Yeah.
No one's saying they need to victimize Carrie.
No.
But also
some of those looks.
But also, so that being said, I don't know. The library is open for the early boots. Who did the best?
Good question. I think Cornbread had one of my favorite reads, very original, the whole Jesus only 12 followers things. I love any kind of original read like that. So yeah, I'll give it to Cornbread because that's really the one that I remember and stands out, other than, you know, me and I love awkward comedy. So Orion, I loved it just because it was uncomfortable.
It was so deeply.
It was bad.
she fumbled the joke, and
she fumbled
and mumbled,
and it wasn't a good joke.
No, it wasn't. Also, Dolores, glad you liked my power strut.
The power strut.
The power strut, baby. Yeah, it was. I thought Maddie Morphis did very well, and I thought that
Maddie did.
Like I just want to see more of Cornbread. I wanted them to give Cornbread a solid 3 minutes to just go one by one and read all the girls because you could tell like she had bullets in the chamber.
Oh yeah,
right. She just started firing off the second they said her name, and it was a delight.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I think there's a line though that Cornbread can cross about being like just like almost like angry about somebody. Like Cornbread seems to get real pissed about people, and it can become a little pointed.
Yep. If you say a single thing about Cornbread, she is going to say,
come back.
She is going to pull a George's and be like, bitch was in the bottom 3 times in 1 week.
But also, I don't think, I also think like they're not going to highlight Cornbread that much for like being open about like, hey, like they didn't want me to come back for, Well,
we don't know the reason.
We don't know the reason. That's true.
Folks at home, if you know the reason, let us know.
Bring it on.
But also, yes, Maddie's read for June was hilarious.
It was good.
I changed her name to February. And June followed up with its Black History Month. And I'm like, Maddie, this would have been the perfect time to say, that's great because you're Black History.
Maddie ain't that quick. You're good, though. That was good.
Would have been hilarious.
That's a good read.
Anyway, I was like, that was my feeling in the moment. I was like, girl, because you're Black and in my history. Hilarious.
That's good.
But your new name is Potential Millionaire. But potentially, Who knows? We'll see how
You
it goes.
better watch and find
You better watch
out.
and find out. So Cornbread, and we've talked about it on the pod before. How Cornbread said that she will not be coming back for season 15 and that it wasn't her choice. And we don't know really why. It could have something to do with Hocus Pocus filming.
Oh, that's right. That's very
I'm sure there's some potential there for that.
Yeah.
Or it could just be she wasn't invited back. You know, they're gonna save her for an All-Stars season.
That's kind of my thoughts.
Particularly if this early boots season is happening. We've seen some rumblings online for a while now for an early boots season.
It very much should.
I would love to see an early boots season. Throw on Rock'em Sakura, throw on Cornbread. You would have an incredible season.
Yes, there's some queens that shouldn't be on it. But yeah, there are some
Kelly
really...
Mansell.
No.
Magnolia Crawford. No, you want Kelly Mansell back?
Yes.
Do you know who I would want back for early boots? Would be Tempest du Jour.
Tempest du Jour, another one.
Love to see her back.
When was Mrs. Kasha Davis eliminated? Was she an early boot? No, she was like mid.
She was mid, but like you could justify, I think, just about anywhere except top 5. Top 5, 6, but like 7 and backwards.
Right.
Open
season.
Like the
forgotten queens.
Well, typically, so it'd be like 7 to like somewhere between 13 and 16 queens.
Right.
Layla McQueen, we would love to see back. Candy Ho would be. I would like to see Candy. I thought she was fun. She could be more fun. We'll see how she's done.
I'd be happy to see her surprise me, but I'm pretty indifferent about that one.
Yeah, it could be an India Farrow moment.
I loved India Farrow coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know. We haven't talked about that. I love that.
Great talent show, and then became the Roxy Andrews.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, I am really excited. Now I think it's the point where we talk about like who do we think is going to win going into it.
Do we talk about that?
Who do you think is going to win the whole season?
I mean, so it's lip sync for the crown, right? Like that's pretty much.
Madame Caliente said earlier that it was season 7 style, and
so they're all gonna get original songs that don't matter, and it's like because
that was season 8.
Oh, that was season 8. What was season 7 style?
Season 7, Madame Caliente, could you explain a little further what you meant by season 7 style?
Yeah, I don't recall what that was.
Yeah.
It was always like fan vote.
I could see them doing another lip sync battle, although that would potentially surprise me just because they don't have a lot of like strong lip syncers.
No, it wouldn't be that great.
And they know how it went down last season.
Yeah. If it's fan vote, I think Willow Pill.
You think they would do a fan vote?
Isn't that how it used to be?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They've literally never done a fan vote.
Didn't fans have like at least a say? They would always have
they just have you
a little bit of weight.
They just have you tweet, and then they
but it had a little bit of weight, did it not?
I don't think so. I don't think no, the only time the fan votes mattered was like for Penetration getting on the show.
Sure, I remember that.
There have been a couple fan votes.
I always thought I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I always thought that the like Twitter fan votes had a little bit of weight in who won.
I think it's probably just for production and like Rue to look at and be like, well, so this is the popular choice.
Yes, it does have a little bit of weight,
but it's not
the
actually. Yes, it's not actually.
I get that.
They will all. Oh, so Madame Caliente is saying, spoiler alert: they will all get original songs, and then Rue will pick the top 2, and they lip sync for the crown. So that's season. I think that's season 8.
Yes, because I remember Naomi Smalls had one like legs, and then
Kimchi had Fat Femme and Asian.
Yeah, I think Bob's was like funny something, just like
yeah, and I'm like
joke.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Yeah. Who do you think?
See.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the original songs as well.
Yeah, so that will, weigh into who gets to the final 2.
Yeah.
The final 2 is going to be lip sync choice.
I love this. RuPaul will never allow fans to pick the winner. I agree, Dolores.
It is true.
It's Ru's
it's
world.
Ru's way or the highway. We know that. But
we're just living in it.
Just straight up off of lip sync ability. Diabetes.
You think diabetes?
Off of lip sync ability alone.
Despite the fact that Lady Camden is a trained dancer.
I forgot about Camden. That's fair. But
Ooh, Madame Caliente thinks Lady Camden for the win. She has 3 wins, and she has an amazing storyline. Lady for the win. I just don't think that Lady Camden makes enough of a statement.
No, she doesn't have a winner's edit.
She doesn't really have
a position,
an identity, sort of like, who is she as, a drag race winner?
Yeah.
And like, Angeria has that.
That's true. Willow
has a story. Willow has a story. Even Bosco at this point has a story.
I think the only one that really doesn't is Camden.
Daya also doesn't like super have a story.
She's there. She's for the diabetics.
Violet Chachki's the last time we had a villain win.
She's the champion of the diabetics.
Oh no, Aquaria was definitely a villain too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's pretty up there for me. I don't see diabetes as honestly. I feel like Angeria is going to win this season. If Willow does not get a great original song, I think it's between Willow and Angeria for me. And I think it could be Angeria at this point.
Interesting.
Oh, Dolores says, Angeria, my winner pick day 1, sticking with it. She's got that energy. I think she's in contention for it.
I think really, I kind of feel like they all are. I have no idea. But I do agree with the things about Camden. I don't really see Camden winning. And that's the only one I would be very, very shocked. Not saying she doesn't deserve it. It's just kind of how this goes. There's a formula to this thing.
It's like becoming president. It's not just based on your qualifications. It's what you stand for. It's what you represent.
Yeah. It's the TP.
Who do we think will be Miss Congeniality? Cornbread, probably.
No.
You don't think Cornbread will get it?
No. She was so mean to Jasmine. In that, I'm sorry. I have to say it. That whole thing with Jasmine, I think she was really mean about it.
Okay.
I really do. She got a little too far with that with Jasmine.
Snippy with Jasmine.
Yeah, I thought it was extra. Like the talking to Jasmine about the talking too much, perfectly fine. But then when they were working together in the group and she was like, why are you writing it? Like she went a little
far.
Yeah. No, I don't. If she does
it's win fan favorite though.
I think Willow Pill
can't win it though because she's in the top 5.
Okay, so if she can't, who? Maybe Deja. Yeah, Deja. They were literally talking about it tonight. How she helps everyone. And Cornbread called her Jesus.
But it's this is the fan vote. This is where the fan vote matters.
Oh, so it is fan favorite officially now.
It's
officially fan favorite.
I think it's officially fan favorite.
I thought the queens voted.
No, I don't think they do. They might now.
No, they've always voted.
I don't know how it works.
I don't either. I think they now vote after
Carrie.
The debacle.
It could be Carrie. It could definitely be Carrie.
If queens vote, Carrie.
I could see Carrie winning it for sure.
It should be Carrie. Now, why did I not think about it?
Yeah.
It should definitely be Carrie.
Carrie, probably.
Yeah.
But that's it, y'all. That's our show for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Why did I do that?
I don't know, but it was fun. It was whimsical. Remember to check us out on social media at Couch Potato Queens. Where's it at? Follow us on Twitter at Couch Potato Queens. That's QWNZ. Instagram at Couch Potato Queens spelled normally. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video. Leave us a comment below. Let us know who you think is going to win the season. And we will see you next week for the finale. We